Okie dokie. So, we've got a couple mods to do. Well, one mod, but it's a couple pieces to do today. I went online. Now, I bought the 1260. Reason being, I couldn't afford the 1260S. Now, the 1260S comes with Öhlins suspension, which is awesome, but I couldn't really afford a 1260S, and the Öhlins is not massively necessary because this suspension is actually really good anyway. And I'm not going to do track days on this bike, so it's kind of not really worth the money, I suppose. However, one of the things I did want that the 1260 has that this doesn't is the Quickshifter. So I've gone online to Healtech, and they do a Quickshifter kit. Now you get the actual Quickshifter itself, just this tiny little module, a couple other bits, some fasteners, some zip ties, and then these are all the cables to go in. Now Healtech do an instruction manual, but it's not the best because it's like a generic one. There's one other video I've seen online that's like a tutorial on how to do this, but I thought I'd show you guys how to do it if you were interested. Try and be as detailed as I can. From what I've seen, it's actually really easy to do, and you can do it in about 15 to 20 minutes. So thought I'd make a quick video. I'm about to go out on a ride this afternoon. I wanted to get this on there and take it for a blast and just give it some kind of review so you guys can see whether it's worth it or if it's not. I paid, I think these retail at $279.99. I paid $240 for it, but it actually came from Italy. So I'll put a link in the description below for where I bought it. It's not sponsored, I bought this with my own money because it's something that I really wanted to do. So let's get into it. So now we got that removed, we're just going to, it's connected here. You can disconnect it on that little clip here. So next up what we need to do, this is the only tricky part of the whole thing really, is we need to get to the injector plug. So what we're going to do is probably remove the fan plug right here. It's literally just a lift and pull, just to get that out of the way. So this little metal clip on the frame, just here, whoops, that one holds the little plug that we just unplugged. And then you'll see here, there's a little loom plug in. It says ETV on that little loom. The one above it is the same, and then just above that, if I can get the light in there, just there, that one's the injector one, so that's what we want. So you got 1, 2, and then 3. So we want the third one. So what I'm going to do is down here, we've got these breather hoses. These literally just pull off. There's the breather. There's the two hoses. So I'm just going to pull them out the top here. Just give me some more room there. Ah, a mouthful of oil. It's not what you want. We'll just kind of plop them up there just to get them out of the way. What this should allow us to do is then pull the loom over, and now we can get to the plug. There's the breather. There's the two hoses, so I'm just going to pull them out the top here, just give me some more room there. So they feed in just behind. So what we can do is pull those out. There you go. Ah, a mouthful of oil. It's not what you want. We'll just kind of plop them up there just to get them out of the way. What this should allow us to do is then pull the loom over, and now we can get to the plug. So it's going to be really hard to show you, but I'll do my best. So all I've done is push the loom out of the way there. Now you can see we've got 1 plug, 2 plug, and then 3 plugs in the back there. Basically on the back end of that plug, where is it? Just there. Ooh, there you go. This is that one that's like the green colour with the white tag. The white tag will say ING or injector on it. On the right hand side of those wires is a tiny little clip. So what you want to do is push that clip in with a little flathead screwdriver, and it should just pull out. So this is the fine Italian engineering you can look forward to. So this is the hole that I'm trying to show you through. But there's these little metal clips that hold the little switches on. If you just push it to the left, like that. It just pops off. And what you can do is just tuck that up into the frame. Just gives you a bit more room. If I do that, just there, just on the right of it, there's a tiny little clip. You just want to push that in with a flathead, and then you can pull on that wire. It should slide straight out. Alright, sorry, it was really difficult to show, but yeah, basically up in there you got 1 plug, 2 plug, 3 plug. The third one, got this tiny white label. Focus, says INJ or injectors on it. That's what you're looking for. So just on the top of this, you'll see there's a little pin. I was saying you got to push down, you've actually got to lift up. So what I found is easiest to do is get a tiny little flathead like this, and then basically all you're doing is just slide it in, lift, and then wrap your finger around the cable, and it just pops out. It's super easy. Just be really careful. You don't want to break that clip, because the last thing you want is that falling out after it's vibrated. So just be super careful. Be patient. It's fairly easy to do. That took me maybe 3 minutes, if that. So we look a good fiddle. So we have this plug just here. Now what you'll notice is on the first piece of loom, you've got one that's identical, so that's going to plug back into that socket, and then this one's a female, so that one's basically just going to go straight in there. But before we do that, the other end is this bad boy. So what we want to do is get that into basically the canal of the seat. Now it's fairly easy to do. If you look at your tank, and then you've got this piece of the subframe here. If you feed this just up between the engine and the subframe, just there, look, really easy. Okay, there we go. So we get this little 2-pin, is that 2? No, 4-pin connector to come out here. Just comes in just over the engine, and then this side's going to go over there. So we've got the cable coming here. All I've done is taken this little cover off. You got one bolt there, same size, it's a size 4 Allen, same as the indicator cover. Take the one bolt out and then pull it straight towards you, and there's a little bung on the back just there, it'll pop straight out. So all I've done is I've fed it up through the loom here, not the loom, the trellis spring. I'm just gonna coax that up through, there it goes. So after that, obviously we've got to get these down inside here, so I'm just gonna tuck it down through the frame here, down into there, and then we'll plug them in. Alright, so one plug here, comes down here. I'm going to tidy this up once it's in, because I've just made it a little bit looser for ease. And then we have our 2 plugs. So we're going to do the difficult one first, which is the same shape, the one we took out. So just up here, so we got the first one, second one, and then the third one's the injectors. That empty socket just there. It's probably be a lot easier with a pair of needle nose pliers, but I don't have any on me at the moment, they're at work. So let's see if we can get that in. So that's in there good now. See the green, black and white cables. That's all plugged in. We're going to plug these 2 in. Now we can kind of tuck that away up inside. And then what you want to do is plug back in this one, which is to this guy here, and they go onto the little metal clip on the frame, and then this one goes back into your indicator cover, but we'll do that one later on. So I'm just going to get this one tidied up first. So the breather hose is back on. I'm just going to tuck this one away up in the frame, and then this one goes back on its little metal clip. Nice and simple. It's not simple, it's fiddly as fuck, but there's your breather hoses. So it's this one and this one you take off. And then yeah, you want to do your breather hoses after you plug in the new loom. Just real quick as well, so we obviously have the earth cable to deal with. What you can do is grab yourself an Allen number 5, and this little nut here is actually just a cover for the bolt that attaches the main tank to the trellis frame. Just like that. And what you'll notice, you've got a metal, all metal, clear contact. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop that out and just stick our earth just on there like that. Just a quick note as well, that one is a Torx T40. Just pop straight in there. Alright, so earth cable's in there. This little cover pops off once you take the cover off as well. So that's going to sit there. So now what we're going to do is just plug in the rest, and we need to get our actual shifter sensor on as well. Cool, so we've got our plug here from earlier, and we've got our module. So that literally just pops in here like this until it clicks. Like that. So what we can do now is we can actually feed that back down, just to give us a bit more room. But we've got to remember our seat needs to clip under here, so we want it to be somewhat out of the way. I might try and like tuck it down here or something. I've got one more cable to go in, which is the shifter sensor. What we can do is we can coax this cable down a bit. What it'll allow us to do is tidy this up a little bit as well, just like that. All right, cool. So next bit, we need to take out this little bolt, which is, I don't know where there it is. So that one is a Allen. It's number 5. Just in there, and you want to be quite careful with this one. So if you see my previous videos, I had a big issue with this. That nut actually, I didn't tighten it up enough, but in theory you shouldn't have to ever actually take that off because it's all adjustable with this little linkage arm. I didn't realize that until after I did it, so mine fell out, stripped all of the teeth on the actual this part. So this one's new from Ducati. So don't make the mistake I did. So obviously pop that one out. Just be careful when you're taking it out because this is aluminium. That's not like a hardened steel, so this will strip a lot quicker. But when you do put it together, nice bit of Loctite on that nut. I think the one that comes with it, yeah, it's just here. Look, it's already got Loctite on there. I might drop a little bit extra just down on the end there, but that's like a longer version, just so it can go through this sensor as well. But I'll see what the instructions say about torquing it up, but you want it to be fairly tight because you want it to grip these teeth and you don't want to strip it off. Here we go. Good tip as well, this doesn't actually need to come off, so just leave it as is, otherwise you're going to have to reset where your placement is. Good tip as well, use a little permanent marker, a little chalk pen, and just put a line on the actual on the shaft itself, and then a line on the spigot or whatever you would call this, just in the same place, just so you can see that if it does fall off, it's going to go back in the same place. The kit comes with this bolt with a little, looks like an adapter of some kind. You won't need this one in this case, you just need the 2 washers that come with it, which are these 2 little guys. So there's different instructions for different ways you can link it. I think the recommended way is to put it on the link arm itself. On the Ducati, the way that the movement works, this sensor won't work. So you have to do it down here, which is the way I'm doing it, obviously. So on your sensor, it doesn't matter which direction it is. You want 1 washer either side, like that. And then you want your new bolt through the middle. And then that's going to go up into here. Start screwing that in by hand. The instructions say tighten the bolt in this position by about 6 nanometers. Now that's really not enough, or not a lot rather. I've used mine. It didn't seem like it was all that much, but then it also says if you do not have a torque wrench, tighten the bolt until the shift arm is tight on the gearbox shaft, which is the issue I had beforehand. So in this case, basically once you tighten it up, you just want it snug enough. You don't want to over tighten it because this is aluminium and you'll just strip the thread straight out. This is if you don't have a torque wrench. If you have one, use it 6 nanometers. If you don't, you want it so that this shifter arm is nice and snug on the actual shaft itself. You don't want it loose, you don't want it rattling, you don't want any movement in there whatsoever. Obviously this will move because it's got like a bearing on it, but this part, best way to tell is just knock your shifter up and down a little bit, like without engaging the gear, and if it's still stiff, you should be good to go. The actual shaft will knock in and out a little bit because it's got play on it. It's got a little bit of movement to allow for any kind of side to side lateral movement, but in terms of up and down, you shouldn't be able to move it at all. So what I'm going to do now is I've basically fed the wire. So you want it nice and loose down here, just so it's got enough movement there and it's not going to like pull the cable out. Just tuck it just slightly behind the shifter, and then you can actually squeeze it. If you use a small flathead very gently, squeeze it behind the brake reservoir, master cylinder, whatever it is. And then I'm basically just going to follow the brake line up to this kind of junction here, and then feed it up onto our cable that we've installed, zip tie that to the coil cable, and then I'm going to run it down through here and up back into the seat. So just quickly, a really good tip as well is the plug on the end of this that we've just plugged in on the module. So the end of the first cable we put in. It's a good idea just to pop it back down into the hole, because this is on here now, so it's not going to slip out. Just gives you a lot more room to play with. But we fed this out now, so basically just goes up in under there on the subframe, and then pops out. Sorry, just here next to where the tank comes in. That one just plugs in the bottom. That's it. We're done. Simple. It's a bit of a fiddly job. I've definitely done harder ones in terms of like modifications and stuff, but yeah, like I said, massive shout out to Healtech. This is like the easiest plug and play performance upgrade, I suppose, that I've ever done. It's just a little bit fiddly, that's all. So yeah, all we're going to do now, we're just going to zip tie all of this up, kind of like clean it up, make it look nice and tidy like it's meant to be there, and then we'll go out for a little test ride and see what it's like. No warning lights, that's a plus. So I guess this is a install and review of the Healtech Quickshifter for the Diavel 1260. Mine's a 2019. I don't think it actually matters what model you have, they all fit, but they do specific, I think the module's the same, but they do specific connectors and whatnot for different bikes. So yeah, let's give it a whirl. So yeah, this is a quick shifter, so you can shift up without using the clutch and without cutting the throttle. You can't, however, shift down. That would be an auto blipper. I don't think they do that for these. Oh, that's crazy! What? That's mental. Such a simple thing as well, but that's... no way! Oh, I love it! That's amazing! Just plug and play. That took, I think, altogether, plus I was filming, that took maybe half an hour to install. That's crazy. Massive shout out to Healtech. What an awesome bit of kit. Like I say, the 1260S comes with that anyway. You can get it installed as well aftermarket by Ducati, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around £300 or £400 for the quick shifter itself and then the install. Oh, that's insane. I can't get over that. You don't even have to let the throttle off. If you do, it does this weird jerky thing, so you got to get used to that, but I don't think it'll take long. Oh, I love it. Yoo, these roads are sick. Big old right-hander. Yes, bro, let's go! Oh, I love it. So it is super sensitive. You might have seen it, I don't know if that'll come out in video, it jerked a little bit twice. It's because I placed my foot on the shifter, but I might just have to adjust it maybe a little bit. Yeah, if you even remotely lift it, it'll think you're trying to change gear and it'll cut the engine. So yeah, that's probably just a bit of a learning curve, there is an app for it as well. I downloaded the app, but I couldn't get it to connect. I think the engine has to be on to do it, so I was too keen to get it going. Yeah, I might have to tweak it just a little bit. It may just be just getting used to, but I mean, first thoughts already, awesome. This bike is so fun to ride, and it's made it even more fun. It's so quick. There's no like delay. What the fuck? It's so fast. It's not even a half second. It's like a split second, and it's there. It's just there. Wow! It's so fast! I'm blown away. I'm actually blown away. For those who are wondering as well, yes, it's the first time I've used a Quickshifter. I'm baffled. Oh, it's an old Porsche. Amazing. 10 out of 10. Hey, it's Palmer. Wonder if I can catch him. Oh, he's got it, man. Let's go. Good. Wow. So I believe the actual sensor uses like I don't know if it's a vibration or a slight movement to detect when you touch your shifter to cut the power, cut the spark, allow you to change gear, and then it'll kick back in. There's obviously on the app there's a sensitivity option. So when I get to really high revs, like earlier then, I was at about 7,500 RPM, it started cutting the power a couple times. So I think it might be the vibration of the engine triggering the sensor. Now, yeah, it's all adjustable, so I think I just need to dial it back ever so slightly. Like I'll notice as well, if I adjust my feet and I knock the shifter, it'll cut the power. So I just need to dial it back just a tad. For an aftermarket bit of kit that's plug and play that takes half an hour, what a difference that makes to your bike. What a difference. That's crazy. So impressed. 10 out of 10. Well done, Healtech. If you guys like these kind of like build tutorials and stuff, I mean, I've got to buy the parts, so I ain't got a lot of money at the moment. But if you like this kind of stuff, please do drop a like. Also, if you like the content, please subscribe and ring the bell notification. Just keep you updated on all the videos from Banjo Rides. Trying to keep the content out. We're doing like a video a week at the moment. I was releasing like one every 3 or 4 days to start with, just to get the ball rolling. But yeah, we'll be doing a video a week. All the next week we got some pretty horrendous weather. There's some thunderstorms on Sunday and Monday. But after that it should, I mean, it looks like it's coming back good. So yeah, if there's any downtime, I do apologize, but I don't really want to take this out in the rain. Not because I'm a fair weather rider, but the day I got it, I took it out and the roads are a little bit greasy. Like it rained the night before, it was still quite cold, middle of winter and stuff, and the torque on this, it just sends the back wheel out, and it was, yeah. Well, in case you can't see it, so I'm in 3rd gear right now, hand off the left side, 4th gear. It's as easy as that. It's just effortless. There's no like jerking motion, there's no like lag. It's not gonna like send you off the back seat when you change gear. It's so smooth. I'm so surprised. Look at this thing. Would you look at that? What a beast. What a weapon, man. Oh, there's a stone chip on my tank. Oh. Oh, let's not piss off the locals, yeah. Someone's been having some fun. It's like donut marks here. It's not a Mustang driver because it doesn't lead to the hedge. Just joking. Does it say locally hated? Why? What a strange thing to have on your car. So yeah, the Healtech Quickshifter for the Diavel 1260, 10 out of 10, awesome. I've got nothing to complain about it really. Like I say, it's just a little bit oversensitive, but that's not down to the Quickshifter, that's all in the settings. So I'll open the app up when I get home, we'll have a little play around with it, see if we can get it dialed in. Thanks for checking out the video, guys, appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. If you like it, please do drop a like. If you like what you see, please do subscribe and hit the bell notification for further content. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.